Hi everybody, my name is Jessie and I do perfume reviews in ASMR format. So if you like perfume and also if you enjoy ASMR, you are in a good place for our video today. So today I'm reviewing another fragrance that's actually part of my collection. And for the time being, at least here to stay. So this is by the brand Ellis Brooklyn, and it's called Salt. So let's just take a moment to appreciate the bottle. It's really, really stunning, in my opinion at least. I love blue. And this particular shade of blue is, I hope you can always see what I'm holding up to the camera because I can't actually see. Anyway, this particular shade of blue makes me really happy. It just reminds me of the ocean or a pool or something, or the sky. So really pretty. I also like their labels, at least the look of this one, just how it says salt. And yeah, so altogether, I really love the bottle. And it's frosted glass. So the frosted glass, that's another thing that I really like. So that's the bottle. So the name Salt kind of gives you an idea that this fragrance is salty or evokes, I would think, a sort of salty beach marine type vibe, and that is very, very true for this fragrance. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get into the main accords as well as the notes. I also will show you the one other Ellis Brooklyn fragrance in my collection that for the time being is here to stay as well, and this one is called Myth. So a little farther in, I'll go over this one as well, just touch on it. At some point I'll make a actual review of it, but I like to touch on if I have other fragrances from the same brand, things like that. Okay, and as you can see, I'm dressed to theme. I feel like the color is pretty close, just a little bit lighter on my shirt. And then I've got these light blue gemstone earrings with tiny little pearls around the top. I made these myself. I bought the gemstones and then wrapped them myself. So that is the look for today to match the fragrance. Alright, so let's first start by going over the main accords. As usual, I'm on fragrantica.com. And so for main accords, we have amber, animalic, musky, woody, powdery, yellow floral, white floral, sweet, balsamic, and ozonic. So I'm definitely getting, let me spray this first. Oops. I just smelled it quite a bit, but I haven't sprayed it yet, so let me go ahead and spray it. So today we've got this little angel playing an instrument. Okay, gonna give this a spray. Perfect. I was able to dispense just a smaller amount, which is nice. It's frustrating when you just want to do half a spray and that's not possible. The bottle only lets you do a full spray. Okay, so I'm just gonna let this dry down for a second. And take a smell. Okay, so I get a beachy marine vibe. Like, it's not to say that it reminds me of sunscreen, but it's somewhere in that range where it smells a touch, to me, a touch tropical, even though they don't list that as a main accord, but touch tropical, beachy, kind of warm, sparkly, salty. I'd get some, probably mostly yellow floral, and yeah, kind of a warm, very warm, salty, ambery sort of vibe, and very ozonic, so like very minerally, effervescent. It's not going to be for everybody. It's not like a safe blind buy. This is not like a good Christmas present to get for someone unless you know that they would like this sort of scent profile. It's definitely kind of different. But anyway, I like it. And actually, this was one of, I think this might be the oldest bottle that I have in my collection. Probably only like 2.5 years or so. When I first got into perfume a few years ago, I ordered from Sephora. It was like a sampler set where I think it gave you 6 samples, and then whichever one you liked, you could you could get a free full bottle of. So that's how I got this full bottle. Okay, so anyway, yeah, back to the main accords. I'm definitely getting ambery, musky. I don't know what the woody note is. I'm getting some of the floral notes. I'm getting a lot of ozonic notes, so I feel like that should be higher up. And then I think the animalic is referring to an ambergris note, which is a whale secretion that smells salty, musky, a little bit animal-y. So anyway, let's go ahead and next look at the notes together. The funny thing about this fragrance is that it actually does not have any salt. It doesn't have a salt note. It has ambergris, which to me smells salty, but I feel like it needs a salt note. I mean, come on, it's called salt and it's extremely salty. Like, you smell it and you're like, yep, that smells like salt. If there's such a thing, you know, it just gives you that salt feel. So I feel like it needs a salt note beyond just the ambergris note. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and read over the notes. We have 2 top notes, and they are ylang ylang and violet leaves. So ylang ylang is a yellow floral. It's a tropical yellow floral, and I'm definitely getting ylang ylang. It's really nice. That's what gives it like a tropical kind of beachy vibe to me. The violet leaves, I believe, is just kind of giving a little bit of a powderiness, but I'm not getting anything green. Like, I'm not getting like a green smell, but just I am getting a powderiness from this. And then for our middle notes, we've got 2 white florals. So I feel like they should have had white floral a little higher up on the main accords. But anyway, we're getting tiare flower and magnolia. It's hard to say. I think I might be getting a little more tiare than magnolia. But anyway, I think I'm getting a touch of the white floral as well. Again, contributing to that kind of tropical vibe. And then in our base notes, we've got 3 base notes, and they are ambergris, musk, and sandalwood. So I'm getting a lot of ambergris. That's what's giving it the salty ozonic mineral vibe. And then I'm definitely getting musk. Kind of gives it like a softened powderiness, even though it's very sparkly, but it still also has like a softened fuzziness to it, if that makes sense. Sandalwood, just a touch maybe. To me, this doesn't come across as woody so much as ambery from the ambergris and musk. So what I mostly get, to recap, I get a lot of ambergris, musk, ylang ylang, tiare flower. That's kind of what's standing out most to me. I'm going to show the votes and let you know what other people are getting. Very similar. So mostly they're getting ambergris, followed by musk, followed by ylang ylang, tiare flower, sandalwood, violet leaves, and then magnolia. So pretty similar to me. Yeah, it's like a salty ambery, slightly tropical floral, powdery sort of scent. It just feels like a summer day, you know, at the beach. Like your skin, maybe you were wearing a floral perfume and then you took a dip in the water and you have this like salty mineraliness to your skin. So yeah, that's my impression of this. And like I said, I enjoy it. I like the dry down on clothing. I find that when it dries down on clothing, it leaves a very, I don't know, like, yeah, like a nice powdery floralness comes through, especially after a few hours. So I really like that. Okay, so let's just briefly touch on my other Alice Brooklyn fragrance, Myth. So this one, similar bottle, but I don't love the bottle as much. As you can see, it's in a black bottle, or clear bottle with a black theme. Also, the cap is kind of messed up comparatively. I bought this on Mercari and it was about that much used. I've just probably used like 12, 15 additional sprays. I've honestly only worn this like, maybe I've worn it like 3 or 5 times, so I've probably used like 20 or 30 sprays. But yeah, so this fragrance is very different. This is a very soft, musky floral with kind of an aquatic touch. I find it very calming, pleasant. So the floral notes in here are pink, lotus, jasmine, and orchid. I definitely get a lot of lotus, like it's a very soft, dewy, aquatic floral. And then there's a bunch of musk, so it's a very soft, fuzzy kind of floral, not at all heady. There is jasmine, but I'm not getting any like heady floral. So you've got ambrette, which is a vegetarian musk, and then you've just got musk as well. And then there's a few other notes, but mainly that's what I'm getting is like soft, dewy, but also kind of warm florals. I don't know, is this cool or warm? I guess it's cool, but in a like soft way, if that makes sense, but it's kind of cool tone. Anyway, I've said before that I wish the color scheme was not black, and I wish it was like a light pink or a light purple. I feel like that would, one, it would look cooler, and two, it would give a better impression of the scent profile. So yeah, that is Ellis Myth. And let's go ahead and go back to Salt and finish up. I'm going to read some other statistics on this fragrance. So on Fragrantica.com, it has an overall rating of 3.59. out of 5 with 714 votes. So it hasn't been rated that many times, and it doesn't have the best rating. That's kind of a low rating. It was launched in 2020 as well, so it's only been out for 3 years, but I guess people don't tend to love it. It's not, yeah, it's kind of an odd fragrance, that's for sure, so I could see why it might have a slightly lower rating. Okay, I'm looking at some of the cons, what some of the like downsides are commonly. Somebody says not as feminine or creamy as expected by some. Aggressive and masculine scent for some people's skin. I don't really read it as masculine, but I kind of read it as unisex. Repugnant, salty dry down for some people. Totally could see that. Yeah. Depressing and dampened beach scent for some. So anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and look at some other stats. Longevity, people are rating as kind of right in the middle. I think it's slightly on the weaker lasting side, but if you spray, yeah, I guess if you spray decently, you can still smell it for a bit. And when I spray my clothes, it hangs around longer. Sillage, people are saying, is more intimate. I agree, it's not a powerhouse, but I think people will smell it if they get close to you. For gender, people are saying it's feminine, or it's more unisex, but leaning feminine. I agree. I think it's because of the floral notes, it leans a bit feminine in my book, but still fairly unisex. Price value, people are saying, is kind of right in the middle. So yeah, these ones are not very cheap. The Ellis Brooklyn, I think this is like $100 or something typically, but yeah. Okay, I know you can get these on Sephora. I wonder where else you can get these. Okay, let's go ahead and read some reviews to wrap up. Somebody says, glad I tried before buying. I get the salt note, but for me it doesn't mesh well with the musk notes, and the result is pretty cloying and odd. Smells like sunscreen gone bad on post-workout skin. Not a fan, sadly. Yeah, I think that it is an interesting combo of the musk and salt. It works for me, but I can totally see why it wouldn't work for a lot of people. Okay, let's go ahead and read another one. Somebody says this scent is very summery, like a floral sunscreen. I definitely get beach from it, but something reminiscent of the salty air by the ocean, but without the grime or fishiness. Kind of sterile from the ambergris, surprisingly sweet for a salty fragrance. Is that true? Do I agree? Yeah, it has a touch of sweetness. I think for me that's coming from the floral notes, but I would not describe it as a sweet fragrance. Somebody says, let's see. Somebody else who doesn't like it says, to me this was a god-awful stank that I couldn't get rid of fast enough. Unique, yes. On paper it smelled, I don't know, hard and chemical-y. I tried it on my arm and nothing changed. I smelled it repeatedly over the next hour and liked absolutely nothing about it. There's just nothing sweet, floral, or beachy about it. It doesn't smell like salt air either. It just smells. I could see the comment about like a chemically scent, because yeah, it's kind of charged and yeah, kind of minerally and effervescent, so I could see that. Okay, let's read one more positive review. Somebody says, I usually don't like these types of scents, but I felt like trying something new. This is salty, clean, not floral. Overall on my skin, my husband thinks everything smells like flowers, but not this one. I feel sexy and free, like I'm in a bikini in Central America. A literal day at the beach. This scent lasts for several hours on my skin, so I'm pleased. I'll be ordering a full-sized bottle immediately. Yeah, so like I said, I think to me it reads as a touch floral. That's the only thing besides the ambergris that's giving a beachiness. So I just feel like, what else makes it kind of beachy or tropical besides the ambergris? It's the tropical floral notes. But it doesn't smell like a bouquet of flowers, that's for sure. Okay, everybody, so that is my review of Ellis Brooklyn Salt. Obviously, right now we're getting close to November, so we're kind of in the wrong season for this. Actually, when I post this video, I'm sure it will be November. So we're in the wrong season for this. But if you're going on a tropical vacation, that is different. Alright, everybody, sending you all peace, love, harmony, and beauty. And I will catch you all again soon. Alright, bye.